A story in 5 words.
Abby Phillip, I just learned that, is smarter than you. That's right. Steve, the CNN host, told Joy Reid, of all people, that she thinks it's her job to explain the world to righties. Watch this tape, and then I'll ask for commentary.
Okay.
Conservatives are living in a completely different information world than liberals. And breaking that down needs to be done. Because when you don't ever even hear the facts, it's hard to even know that you're wrong. Half of my job sometimes is knowing what the latest conspiracy is, so that if it comes up, I'm ready to address it. Because it happens a lot where people don't even know that what they're saying or what they've seen and believe is not true.
Steve, just to remind you, she works at CNN.
Yes, of course. It's unbearable. First off, she has the most dead eyes of anybody on television I've ever seen. It's like a shark when you turn it upside down. It's just, there's nothing there.
Why would you be on top of a shark?
Well,
SeaWorld is just to watch them swim.
Well, I know you defend perverts. Can we get into that later?
I want to talk about the ping pong team, Greg.
No, I think, when she says half her job is to debunk conspiracies, it's like, you're a reporter. That's your job. That's your whole job. Mm-hmm. Your whole job is to be objective about everything that is being, out there in the ether of news. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, I think she spends actually half her job just yelling at Scott Jennings.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, CNN should only pay her half.
Yeah. Well, you make a good point, Chael, that the other half should have been debunking all the conspiracies in real time that CNN were pushing.
And by the way, let me just say this real quick. Like the conspiracies, it's conspiracies, but conspiracies end up being fact. Everything that was conspiratorial about 5-10 years ago ends up becoming true. The one conspiracy I think we can all get past is that the Earth is not flat. It is round, so we can get over that. The moon is flat.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's the one. Which we have been to or we haven't been to? Or that's another show? That's another show? All right. I just find it interesting. I mean, I think Flabby Sammy, she's gonna be bringing people coffee pretty soon if she's sticking with this network. That show was headed nowhere. And she does have a little bit of pretty privilege, by the way. Like, she does have a way of saying something, and it does sound good. Kennedy gets away with this all the time because she looks so nice saying it. But sometimes you can bring something to the table, and people go, well, I guess. But even with Joy Reid, like that, there was a tough sell. Joy was even having a hard time with what she was being told.
It is funny that she was talking to Joy about conspiracies.
Yeah, it also just ignores that maybe the reason, first of all, conspiracies are not a right or left-wing phenomenon. No. There's conspiracies that are right, there's conspiracies that are left, there's conspiracies that are just like completely out and not defined by either side.
Who told you to say that?
But yeah, right. There's that one. But also think about how many of the right-wing conspiracies turned out to be the facts over the past couple of years. So I think she's ignoring the important part. She's like, well, I need to do this. That's going to not be as useful if that is really what she cares about, without acknowledging kind of like how we got here.
Right.
That so many of the things that you were saying actually were the conspiracies, and the right-wing conspiracies were the actual correct facts.
Yeah, exactly. It's like she could have been, I would give her some credibility if during like the Fine People hoax, she had said it's a hoax, or that the laptop was real, or that at the time Joe Biden was not cognitively fit. But no, she's not talking about this until way after the fact. I don't know what she believes in any of that stuff.
Well, whatever she's doing, she should do what Jake Tapper did, because he was the one who treated everyone who talked about Joe Biden's mental decline like they were engaging in a conspiracy. And then he does a 180 and writes a best-selling book with someone else's reporting that, he slapped on the cover because he didn't want to do the work. But they weren't doing the work all along. And I would love to see her show if Scott Jennings and her switch places for a night. And I would love to see him directing traffic. And I would love to see her on the defensive, because that's it. She just suffers through Scott Jennings' answers because she's terrified of him, and she's terrified of rationality and people who bring facts and not subjectivity. She is pretty smart, though. Like, it's really smart to sit next to an empty-headed conspiratorial race baiter like Joy Reid, because it makes Abby Phillip look so much smarter and sane by comparison.
That's why I do the 5 with Jesse Waters.
Thank you. You agree. I agree with you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.